Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Nwimo TV. If you're a returning subscriber, you are welcome once again. If this is your first time coming across our video, you are welcome. Please do wait to click the notification button and the subscriber button at the same time. One, to subscribe and be member of our community. Secondly, to receive a notification when we put up a new video. Today, I will be talking about postcode, choosing the area you live when you find yourself in Western world. Why it's important, the benefits, and obviously the advantages and the disadvantages that are involved in choosing the area you want to live. Listen, if you're planning to move to UK or anywhere in the Western world, in Europe, okay, before you choose a house, please, I need you to slow down a minute. Before you choose a postcode, you need to slow down and think. Make a research regards to the area you want to go. Before you get too excited of the beautiful pictures you see online or the house you are being shown, take a minute and make a research regards to that property. You get why? Okay? Because your postcode determines a whole lot of things when it comes to Western world. The area you live determines the kind of services you receive. The area has a lot to contribute in your success. Now, I will use UK as a case study like always. A postcode has something to do with your insurance, with the schools that your children attend. I think I've made that video. If you have not come across it, check down on my channel. You will find a video where I talked about the postcode and the schools your children need to attend. The environment, there's what they call high crime area. It also has a lot to tell. The area you live, your postcode. Your council tax depends on the postcode you live on. It depends if you're going to pay high or you're going to pay low, right? So these are a few reasons why you need to consider the postcode you are choosing before you move into a property. I will break it down little by little, one step after the other. Let's talk about environment and safety. Some area are very, very high crime area, very noisy, and some area have antisocial behaviors, and these areas are known for this. We talk about those areas that are very, very high crime rated area. My brother, if you want to buy a car, and this area are being, mapped as area that is very, very high crime area, your insurance will not be the same with me or with any other person living in an area that is not regarded as high crime area. I know most of us are not aware, but when you make a research, these things are these things are online. If you just put a postcode, go to your search engine and said, what is this area known for? In terms of crime, antisocial behavior, school, high rated, blah, blah, blah. The search engine gives you everything. Gives you everything you need to know regards to the area you want to move into. Now, when that area is being classified as high rate area, your insurance here in the UK is going to be high. And I will tell you why. Because it is being considered as a very high crime area. So your car can be stolen at any given time, at any point in time, and the insurance has to pay. Your car can be damaged at any given point in time, and then you call the insurance for damages. So insurance already know these areas as high crime area. So therefore, when it comes for insurance and you give them such postcode, they're gonna be quoting you very, very high because they put all these things into consideration. They are among probabilities, things that can happen. It will be very high compared to a zone that is very, very low in crime. So that's why you need to consider these things, because if not, you might live in a certain place, you are paying, let's say, £600 per month. I'm just using it as an example. And then, because it's very cheap, but you didn't research regards to the environment, you just rented the apartment or rented the property, then you go to the insurance to insure your car. Per annum, that insurance should have been costing you £800. But because of the area you are living, because of the postcode, you will end up paying £1,200 for your insurance compared to £800 you ought to have paid. So you see the difference. Now bring it down to how much you are paying for that rent. You see that at the end of the day, I'm paying £800. I'm paying less insurance, a bit high in my rent. You are paying less in your rent, but very high in your insurance. And then when you balance the equation, you are not better than myself. And in such areas, it's noisy. You don't even have peace of mind. The antisocial behaviors is top notch. You see, you are missing out on so many things. So that's why you need to make a research when it comes to the area you want to live, especially if you have children, if you have kids, because this goes a long way to determine the kind of schools they will go as well. I don't want to repeat myself because I've already made a video regards to this. The area depends the kind of school and the kind of peer groups your children move with. If it is a very naughty and crime-rated environment area, then there's possibility that your children may get involved. If not directly involved to crime, they might get hurt by naughty kids. So don't just move into a property because it's very cheap. Don't just move into property because you are desperate, you needed a heart at all costs, anything can go. No. Think about long-term planning. What are the pros and cons of this very postcode? Because prices of houses are also rated considering these things I'm mentioning here. Another reason why you need to check out for the postcode is your council tax, right? There's what we call council tax here in the UK. Council tax is being rated based on the postcodes, rubbish collection and all the rest. So they here in the UK, they make it band A, band B, band C. The bands depend on the postcode, and the postcode determines the prices of the council tax, and we pay it monthly. So per annum, somebody living in band A might be paying 1,300, 1,300. I'm just giving instances. I don't think there's any band paying 1,300. While somebody living in band C might end up paying £1,000, right? So at times, people look at the price of the house, the property they want to move into. Oh, it's cheap. Oh, it's expensive. They don't put into consideration these things I'm mentioning, because that cheap house you see and you're rushing into it might end up being very, very expensive by the time you add up the insurance, if you're a car owner, the environmental wise, the school, the commute, the transportation you use. How close is this property to the bus stop, to the train station, to your working place? What is the point paying £600 per month and then you spend almost 200 to 250 for tickets going to work? Add it to your house rent. How much are you paying? Then your council tax increases because the area is very, very, poor area, and the rubbish that they pick up is more than that of band B or band A, which are very much organized. You don't come to streets and see rubbish. So because people drop rubbish in the street, is a very poor environment area. So the council will increase the tax. We increase the council tax over there. This is how these things works. By the time you add it up together, you are not better off than that person paying £800 per month in a good postcode, in a good area. But because you don't put all these ones I'm mentioning now into consideration, you go ahead and get a house in a low quality area, missing out on so many services, and at the end of the day, paying much more. You see, this is just to enlighten my African brothers moving to Europe. Here, things work differently. The structure has been set. The structure is there, and it doesn't look at anybody. You need to understand how it works. So my intention in this video is just to bring to your notice that researching is very, very important. You need to marry your search engine, whatever you want to do here in Western world. Anywhere you find yourself in Western world, you need to make research, especially when it has to do with you and your family and your kids. If you have family, you don't just pick houses because you want to live in a house. You pick houses because you want something good for yourself and your family, especially the environment. Who are your neighborhoods? And so that you will avoid excess insurance on your car, excess road tax, excess council tax, and obviously paying transportation in order to get to your work. I will advise live close to your working place. Very, very important. Anyway, having said this, I believe somebody has picked this information. If this is your first time coming to my channel, you're welcome. Here we give informations, awareness regards to movements to Europe. Those things were not being told during the visa process, that it takes you years or months to come to understand it. We are bringing it to your doorstep right now through this medium so that you know it upfront information, so that you are aware, you know. One thing about knowledge is that when you are aware of something, it makes you go faster. It makes your journey easy. To soften your journey, to make your journey easier and smooth. Thank you, my people. Like I said, click the notification button for you to receive our next video as soon as we put it up. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.